Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and we are going to continue this kettlebell series. The last video we did was an outside swing to an outside clean. We're going to take our clean now from our symmetrical stance, and we're going to turn it into a stagger stance or a runner stance. There are two versions of this. There's a rear leg clean and a lead leg clean. Train them both equally. We'll do them both in this video. For the majority of your kettlebell training, you will train with your feet pointed straight ahead and symmetrical. That's where people get the most benefit for everything that they do. They can push that up in weight higher and higher and higher. So simple stance allows us to go up in weight, allows us to get overall generally stronger. When we turn into these stagger stance things, you're gonna have to drop back down in weight to make sure that something in your core, in your back, and in your hip doesn't get out of whack. So go down 2 weights from your clean and press weight at least. You can go all the way back down to 12K if you want. It's not going to hurt you to take an extra couple of weeks to make sure you're doing this properly so you don't tweak something in your back or your hip. They're related to each other. If your hip tweaks, your back tweaks. If your back tweaks, your hip tends to tweak. For our normal clean, we have our feet pointed straight ahead. We point our thumb back. We hike the weight back. We keep our elbow close to our body, and we stand all the way up. We stand all the way up, squeeze our glutes at the top, extend our hips all the way forward. We don't want any soft hip like this, no knee bend. Hips all the way forward, knees lock out. That's your general rule of kettlebelling. Learn to stand up. People are bad at standing up in the modern world. We're gonna throw that right out the window now, and we are going to take our symmetrical feet and we are gonna slide 1 foot straight back. We are going to lift our rear heel up off the ground. At the top of this movement, for now, we're going to have 2 straight legs. Lead leg, pull your kneecap up. Rear leg, pull your kneecap up. You should feel a lot of load in your rear calf. That's fine, you're supposed to. Normal, clean rules apply. Take your hand, the L of your hand, to the L of the kettlebell, the one closest to your body, wrap all the way around. From here, everything else is the same. Hike the weight back, keep your elbow close to your body, extend your hips, and catch high. At the top, we are going to try to lock our legs out. Later on, you might have soft legs when you're doing high reps, but for now, lock legs out. L to the L, hike the weight back, catch all the way at the top. Take your rib cage, drive it down, breathe behind the shield. Squeeze that lead glute the most. Pull this kneecap up. Set it down with good technique. You'll notice this is what's called a small mountain stance in Kung Fu. You'll hear it called all types of different things in MMA and other sports. They each have a different name for that position, but think about it as 1.5 feet back, your own feet size, and point that rear leg straight ahead. If this rear leg is turned out, you're gonna be doing some weird stuff. Generally avoid that for now. That's a different technique. Let's try with our lead hand. Everything is the same. L of the hand to the L of the kettlebell, the part that's closest to your body. Hike the weight back, extend the legs, bring your hands up. Try and straighten out that back leg at the top. You will feel a lot of load in that calf. Just for demonstration purposes, we're going to do it on the other side. There is the rear leg hand and the lead leg hand. So there are really 4 versions of this. Left leg, right hand, left leg, left hand, right leg, right hand, right leg, left hand. Feet are symmetrical in line. Slide 1 foot back, 1 to 2 of your own foot distance. I always start with my rear hand. I find that to be the most useful one. L to the L, hike it back. Straighten that leg out at the top. Squeeze that glute, breathe behind the shield. Change hands. Always set it down with good technique. With these exercises, you are going to be putting a lot of different load on the body. With the normal clean, your feet are symmetrical and the upper body load is asymmetrical, which starts you learning to stabilize cross body. With this exercise, there are 4 versions of it. You are going to be getting different load with all of these different hip moves. It's very important that you point your feet straight ahead for this version. I always encourage people to point their feet straight ahead, because if you start doing this with your feet turned out, your knees start doing weird things. There are sports that train that. If you are not a part of those sports and you don't know what sports they are, don't do it. These 4 variations of this exercise are extremely good for runners. Runners, absolutely, this is one of the best versions of this that you can do. It forces you to stand all the way up at the top, drive your rib cage down, and have a good posture. That is very important for distance and very important for power. In the future, we will do a walking version of this. That's why we do both versions independently right now. Later on, we'll put them all together.